Hello guys, Luie here again. As you see, Mastery has come out with DSK Plus being next month. Then at the end of this hero backup stick, we get Boros Plus. I've said it was going to be an SSR Plus, and here it comes. And it also seems that they're rushing. But with this mode, you'll gain a lot of BP, attack, defense, and HP, along with non-crit damage, which is a new thing for everybody to get, along with specialized defense. And with specialized defense, it counters specialized attack. So whichever's higher pretty much just cancels out, or becomes tankier, or you be more offensive. But it also comes with new resources that you have to buy or grind, depending how you want to spend on this new pay to win mode. It is very pay to win. There's a lot of resources you need to upgrade each character, and it requires a decent amount for every level. As you can see, sport characters are a new thing that every character that you're in your main team will require to have, meaning you'll have to spread your sacks more, depleting whatever low number you have already. Then with this guy, he's a grappler and a martial artist, so he'll take martial artists along with other type, which are similar in category but not really. It kind of depends on the mastery tab. They require different characters and different factions. As here it says own star level 5, so 5-star limit break. Own quality reach stage for purple 4, which is doesn't matter. It's just a regular like red 4, red what. On insignia reach 4 stars, which is the badge. Then with reach awaken 3, which just means purple stars on the support character. That is just normal. I mean, you're gonna be spreading your resources a lot for this mode. If you don't have many to do, pretty much thinning. As you can see here, there's books as a starting, since you're trying to level up. Then at the end, you try to ascend it, requiring new material, mid-class, purple rarity, high class, gold rarity. Pretty much the same gist. Similar to tactics, but not really. But with this, you can see you get to buy them at times, or you can farm them. It just depends on how you want to go about this. And here, type mastery, a different one, gives you instant damage evasion, which we've seen with Flashy Flash, Silver Fang, if you guys have it. But as you can see, it gives you 3% every time. Then with specialized attack, you gain 10%, which is the same thing as the other one. But you can see here that it requires grapplers to help aid you. Reach stars level 6, 5 type. Training level on the training center, my bad. 75. Reach tier 4 faction, which is on the previous tab, so they each build up on each other every time. Then you see here support characters level 4 and 3 on the stars. It's just a lot of sacks, man. To keep up in this mode, you need a lot of sacks. Like not small whales. What? Free-to-play players will not really be able to keep up as much. They'll have to spread the resources even more thinner than it is now. As you can see, it's all grapplers, SR and SSR Plus. From what I've seen, it doesn't seem that the rarity matters at most. But I digress. I guess it's just cheaper since older SSR Plus and SRs will have already sold, so it's easier to purple star them. But yeah, here is the new pay to win system that it's extremely pay to win. Like if you don't have this, you're pretty much losing. Like here, you gain unyielding state for free. Parentheses for free. But this certificate here, you need to buy. You can't get it for free. You have to buy it, no matter what. Or even get it from an event, which is rare. Like after taking fatal damage, you gain specialized unyielding state for 2 actions. Then you gain 70% of max HP. And then with level 2, you gain specialized guard, 30% of HP after you come out of the unyielding state, which is pretty strong. As most of y'all can see that specialized guard doesn't get critted or get affected by normal means like DOT. So it's pretty hard to counteract that, honestly. But you can see here that it requires martial artists, which most of us may have or may have low quantities of, but which each mode requires a higher rarity and it requires more resources. Also, I'll show a little screenshot that Azel showed me. Once you get higher, it requires you to get double keepsake. And as well, this mode requires Omni Shards too, so hope you're willing to use some of your Omni Shards that you have saved. But yeah, they're pretty much all the same, no matter what faction they're from, if they're a grappler, duelist, high tech, whatever. It's pretty much the same thing. It just requires different resources, which requires you to make different teams for each mode. So if you're heavy on grapplers, you pretty much might clear it easily, but if you're low on high techs, you will be struggling heavily. Here, as you can see, faction trials, basic. And then type trials, which are the types. Most of us will pretty much struggle with heroes since we're using bomb core. Buying some attempts for y'all to see. But other type is actually going to be pretty difficult since none of us will really have anyone strong. Like if you have Garo, that will carry you a bit. Then with Silverfang, he'll carry you a bit as well, but not much since AoEs pretty much suck in this modes. Your Esper, high tech, grappler, duelist, pretty basic. It gives them their specific type of mastery resources that you can grind, along with certificates, which pretty somewhat easy to get. The main difference is getting the books. That's the biggest crunch there, requiring a lot of sweeps, so a lot of attempts to try to get ahead, which most may do or not, just depends on you. Then you can see the buffs that they have. 1 to 3 are pretty easy, just gain enemy 20% berserk and 20% ult damage lasting for 2 rounds. I mean, with bomb shield it's feasible, but it's going to be pretty much revolving against, not against, but with Metal Bat Plus carrying this mode, and slightly Garo as well. But oh wait, never mind, Garo's other type, my bad. But yeah, pretty much building upon heroes, and most of us don't really have strong heroes, so ATT comes back to help a bit. But should be interesting, honestly. I mean, new content to do, and with me being on Lily G, it should be easier for me to help him clear this a lot faster. I mean, there's nothing really new to it. I mean, you can buy more attempts. It's like ECC, getting more resources. It's always a resource time crunch. Like whoever has more resources than the other will win. But depends on your level, honestly. Like you can do the free ones, it's fine. But what's ultimately going to hold you back is the amount of resources you can spread around and use, along with the characters that you have at your disposal. And with this mode, it's pretty much testing you half the time. Like most should get to stage 3, or at least below there. Then after stage 3, it gets a bit harder. They get new buffs, and there's new enemies that we haven't seen. So should be interesting, unless they like change it in global where it's more easier, or at least different. But here you can see you can gain specialized guard by 1200% of attack and 50% crit rate, and the speed is increased for the first round. So if you want to try to rock a speedster and outspeed, do your best, but most likely you will not, depending how fast they really are in global. But if they're the same speed as C, then Might as well go full offensive, honestly. Like here, running suits could aid you a bit as well, since most of the enemies will be ulting. But just depends if you're actually able to clear most of these, since you gain more rounds, and the formation's a bit more different, so it's a bit more RNG based. You can quit, and you won't lose your tickets, but it'd be a very time crunch to do this, honestly. Oh yeah, with DSK Plus coming out too, so he's pretty much your first character that you're gonna get awakened for mastery. That's who I plan to do, besides everybody else. Like, but I don't really see anyone else. I mean, you could hoard some resources for the next character that comes out, but DSK is pretty much your end all be all. And with me, I'm planning to use Silverfang and DSK, because it's kind of sad that Garl's usability is pretty much gone. Like, if GG came back, I mean, well, if GG released, Garl would have been switched in for Silverfang, but since GG is either a wheel or he's in the next banner, which by then Garl might be usable, but he won't really have a long lifespan. It's pretty much just a PvE character now. I mean, most people have him as PvP, and it works out fine, but those who are like higher rank, like 1% basically, it's just Mass X and Luie. They're the only ones that don't, are outliers for that, but everybody else does use Garo. But yeah, Garo's pretty much got fodderized. They played the fans, which is sad to see. I wanted to get Garo, but knowing what they were doing and how it's been going on, I'm glad I didn't pull for Garo, or at least wailed a bit to get Flashy Flash and whatnot. I've been using most of my resources into improving my equipment and learning more better as well, which is nice. On JP, I haven't unlocked this mode yet, or even close to getting this unlocked, but yeah, be very interesting seeing the combinations people try to do. But I assume most people are just gonna go into DSK fully in, which isn't a bad idea, but I'm just wondering how he'll play out being out so early without GG aiding him. And also speed order as well, and then who gets sped up and who doesn't, since you want to take advantage of his awakened passive, the follow-ups, which is extremely strong. So kind of on the verge of having him with Silverfang, but also wondering who gets sped up so energy doesn't really get wasted as well. I mean, that's a tough decision, honestly, but it would just be some testing, honestly, to see. Like, I like to run the DSK plus Silverfang combo, but there's not really many people I could really test on that really tests the effectiveness besides Mass X. And with Mass X now hiding his teams, it makes it difficult to even do anything. So it's just pretty much testing against FNX and maybe Mobad and Josh Manny if I see them. But they're not really on Mass X level or even Luigi's level anymore. I mean, back then with Luigi just starting out, he was pretty low ranked and pretty bad at the game. But with me and Jacopo helping him out, he's pretty much soared in ranks. He's pretty much number 2, which is funny to say, but also hopefully we'll beat Mass X soon. I mean, we beat him before, but with him not having Atomic, it wasn't really a full win, but It just depends who has the bigger wallet. This honestly wins this game. But with Mass X being not really that competent as a player, it makes it a bit easier. He has more resources than Luie, that's for a fact. And then with Purple Sack Raider coming up, Luie is going to be even fatter now. It'll just be a balancing of resources and see what really benefits more than the other. You can see duelists. Not many of us have many duelists except for like Metal Bet Plus, Rappler, CK, High Tech. Not many. Like you get start on those modes pretty fast. And with here you see other type, which is martial artist and random other factions. I mean, it's no Esper, so it's pretty much hard to even try to activate core or even get close to it. You get some of it, but not all of it. So you need one unit to carry, which if you have Garo, he'll carry somewhat far. But if you don't, good luck. You'll probably have to wait till Suryu, at least. High Tech, same thing. Not an easy mode to clear. Even with CE plus, like that's probably pretty difficult. And with DK, it should be a bit easier, but it's a hard mode still. It's no cakewalk. This mode is meant to be hard and for endgame use as well. Like if you have the resources and the characters, it should be feasible, but you just have to rearrange gears, honestly, for this. And as well, maybe perhaps open sigil slots back up, but it just depends if you really want to commit that far to try to clear one extra mode, which could give you the edge slightly, but the drops are random, so it won't be that much of a big difference. If you outspend, then it'd be easier, but free-to-plays aren't going to be doing so well in this mode. It's going to be a decent amount of complaining. It's I foresee. They also as you can see here, they have packs where it has mastery types. And here, the certificates for $80 to get 2. So that's $40 a piece for them. Or just about, with random gems and other books, which the books you don't really need since you will accumulate them over time. Other than that, there's not really other places where you can get them besides the gem shop for 25 gems, which is that's $100 plus one $5 pack. So it's not cheap just for one. And if you want to get another one, you have to wait another month. There's some mastery packs here. I mean, it's just the books. I mean, it'll help you a bit, but it won't aid you much. It's not even a lot of books either. But this is C, so the backs could be different on global. It just gives you a slightly more edge compared to the others, which, depending on your level, it could aid you or could not. It just depends how fast you want to speed it up. And you get tickets here, which gives you extra tries, so nice. Well, this pretty much wraps up the video. There's not much else to show. Mastery simple. It's a neat concept that is pretty pay to win and requires a lot of sacks to be spread. So get ready to update your calculators, EA. But honestly, new content, so should be fun for a bit. And with club contests being updated and as well as resistant evasion. So we should get Balls Plus and maybe Bakusan Plus, but just depends on the devs. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. And join my Discord. It's in the description below. Plan to release another video later this week, the DSK Plus guide. Hope you guys enjoy that. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Bye.